Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurudeva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hariom from Orlando. The more emotional we are, the more the delay in our understanding of ourselves, of others, of the world. The more emotional we are, the more there is a delay in us having the right contact with ourselves, with others, with the world. And if there's a delay, there tends to be accidents. If you think of a delay in braking and you don't see the car in front of you, there tends to be a greater chance of an accident, correct? If there's a delay in paying for your credit card bill, then they start to charge you interest on that. We are in a course trying to train ourselves to not get lost in such delays, to not fall as much. And if we do fall, to not be delayed in getting back up. What more useful course can there be than that which operates at a proactive level and a reactive level? This is our Moha Mudgara course. A couple of weeks ago, the last shloka that Acharya Shankara's disciples contribute was shared. And what was shared in that shloka was Geyam, sing or chant Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Sahasranama. Dhyeyam. After you chant this, then start to study this. Ask what you are doing. Let this not be a ritual. Then it was Neyam. Let the mind revolve around what you're now questioning, what you were just singing. And finally, Deyam. Geyam, Dhyeyam, Neyam, and Deyam. Deyam means to evoke, to share. When you're able to internalize what our shastras, what our scriptures are communicating, then you actually won't even be able to stop yourself from sharing. If you're practicing all of these sadhanas, the expression, the effect of all that you're engaged in will be generosity. Generosity in resources and time and effort. I had once read a message that said, give until it hurts. Give until it hurts. Now ask yourself, in your week, in your month, when was the last time that you gave until it hurts? And if we do, it's in the negative, correct? We come up with such intense swear words or such intense road rage. But do we give until it hurts at the gym? Right? A little bit of sweat. Oh, I need a smoothie. Do we give until it hurts when it comes to time? where you commit to someone, to some cause, where it hurts you, that you don't get a chance to sleep as much, and on and on and on. Now, when people tweet, give until it hurts, or they put this on Snapchat and so on and so forth, they never follow up with that. They maybe don't even know why you should give until it hurts. But I'll tell you why. When you give until it hurts, this sadhana helps us to depend on Bhagwan more than. When you give until it hurts, you start to depend on Bhagwan more. And you stop that very destructive practice of holding yourself back. Isn't it? Aren't we all culprits of that? We hold ourselves back when it comes to loving people, complimenting others, making ourselves healthy. We're always holding ourselves back. We're protecting ourselves. But for those who are generous, they know that Bhagwan is the one who procures, Bhagwan is the one who distributes. May thy grace and blessings flow through us to the world around us. We continue on to Shloka 28. Now we're coming to the last portion of our race. If you visualize this as a 400-meter race, the first leg is just Shloka 1. And in Shloka 1, the word that we relate to the most is Mudha. Mudha is someone who is confused about their equipments. Who is a foolish person? Someone who doesn't know what the body, mind, intellect are, what they're used for. Confused. So Acharya Shankara roars, instead of being Mudha, try Govinda. Govinda means the one who has mastered, cows, the one who has mastered the earth, the one who has mastered the Vedas, the one who has mastered the senses. That's the depth of this word go. Go means cows, earth, Vedas, senses. So how to go from Mudha to Govinda? Acharya Shankara elaborates from shlokas 2 to 13. He takes up that word bhaja and makes it more real for us. When it comes to our relationship with wealth, our relationship with other people's bodies, our relationship with our families and work, and so on and so forth. He says bhaja, you should start with to sing. Then you have to go deeper into serve, to worship, to love, and to be. Sing, seek, serve. I may have missed seek in there. So sing, seek, serve, worship, love, be. Okay? Now you have to see this picture. We're trying to go from Mudha to Govinda. How? Bhaja. Grow. So the first quarter of this race came in Shloka 1. Then Shlokas 2 to 13 was the second quarter of this race. Acharya Shankara is elaborating. Shlokas 14 to 27, his disciples have the baton. And they're elaborating on bhaja even more. And now in the last portion of our race, that's Shloka 28 to 31, Acharya Shankara has the baton again. And this is what he says. Please repeat after me. Sukatah kriyate rama bhogaha paschadanta sharire rogaha yadyapi loke maranam sharanam tadapi na munchati papa charanam. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. Acharya Shankara comes back with a summary. Sukataha kriyate Rama bhogaha. Kriyate, for the sake of sukata, pleasure, Rama bhogaha, people engage in pleasure. For the sake of peace, what do people do? Engage in pleasure. This word sukha, every student of Vedanta must remember, because it is one of the drivers of our lives. It is called sukha prapti. One of the drivers in our lives is sukha prapti. This need to gain, to experience sukha. Sukham. Su means joy. Kam means space. To be in a good place. To feel joy is one's nature is sukham. But what do? Rama bhoga. We think we're going to become peaceful by engaging in pleasure. And if you think deeply about why we are so habituated to have this kama prapti, this attainment for pleasure, because we have a vasana for pursuing that which is easy. We have this inclination, this propensity to do that which is easy. It's easier to sleep in than get up, correct? It's easier not to be in the discussion than it is to be in the discussion. It's easier to end a relationship by texting someone than meeting them face to face, correct? And on and on and on. We have a vasana for following that which is easy. What is the Sanskrit word for that? Prayer, isn't it? The path of pleasure. And I remember Swami Tejamananda sharing many times when he was teaching us, we now do anything for pleasure. And not even do anything for pleasure. Once we have this thirst for pleasure, we do everything. People will experience all sorts of very unbecoming experiences and choices and so on and so forth. That viveka is just destroyed. That prioritization is not present. Rama bhoga. And then what happens? Paschat. Later on, or the effect of all of this, hanta. Hanta means alas. It's almost like, that's what hanta is. You know, like when someone just is consciously making a wrong choice and you know that they should choose otherwise, what do? What are you doing? Why did you do that? Hanta, sharire, in the body, what is present? Rogaha. If we take the path of prayer, naturally this body is going to become the abode of disease. There's a beautiful episode in the Mahabharata where this yaksha, this creature, asks Yudhishthira, what is the greatest ascharya about the way people live? What is the greatest wonderment in how people think and speak and act? And it's an important question because if Yudhishthira gets this wrong, his brothers who have died will stay dead. So it's an important question. His brothers' lives are depending on this. And what does Yudhishthira say? The greatest ascharya is that we see death all around us. That person is dying, that person has died. But the wonderment, the surprise is, we never believe that will happen to us. that we don't relate to that person's dying or that person's death. It's just an incident that has happened to someone else, but that won't happen to me. Between the first and second quarters of this shloka, we are seeing in the first quarter the cause, and then the second quarter the effect. If we live a life indiscriminately, there will be disease. There will be suffering. I don't know why we think karma affects others only. The law of karma is blind in the sense that it doesn't matter if we're a man or a woman or we're in a sunny place or a dark place. The law of karma is the law. That's why I don't like using words like the theory of karma. Theory means it's maybe right, maybe wrong, like a hypothetical. There's a gym some people go to called Orange Theory, correct? The idea being go some days, but not all days. It's not called the Orange Law. You have to be here every day. It's Orange Theory. So, karma affects all. So if we did this, we're going to get this. Please keep that in your heart. And one way to make this more real, see, for this body, you should always keep some element of discomfort in your life. Hear it, think about it, practice it. You should always keep some element of discomfort in your life. And I'll give you some examples. People complain a lot about it being too hot or too cold. So if it's too hot, wear something that keeps you hot and learn to deal with it. Instead of wearing a t-shirt, wear a long sleeve shirt. If it's cold, then go without a sweater. And please tend to your body, but remember that level of discomfort. I had heard someone share that we should always feel a little bit hungry. You should always feel a little bit hungry. Keep some space in your stomach. Because if you don't, there's many physiological negativities that come with that. But in principle, the body gets used to being comfortable. And our comfort tends to devolve into indulgence. So keep the body uncomfortable. If you bathe in water that's 100 degrees Fahrenheit, then bring it down to 80. Bring it down to 50. That level of discomfort. Acharya Shankara goes back to this thought. Yadyapi loke maranam sharanam. Even though in this world, even though in this life, maranam means death is the sharanam, is the destination, is going to come. Yadyapi loke maranam sharanam, that this body is going to die. Okay, he just leaves it at that. We'll get to the next quarter. I just want to focus on maranam sharanam. The nature of Dvaita, you can take up this word loka, which means fields of experiences or world. I want you to look at this word loka as Dvaita. The nature of Dvaita, or duality, is to end endlessly. The nature of Dvaita is to end endlessly. So, what does that mean? The car that you're driving, will that last forever? You have to renegotiate your insurance every year, correct? This class, this is going to end too, correct? Our relationships, if you move to another city, that's going to end too. The term of a president will end too. Even though if presidents try to change that, that too will end, correct? Think. The nature of Dvaita is to end. In Dvaita, there is perpetual ending. Okay? I'm just going to pause here. Everyone can hear me and see me? Yes? Okay, we'll go at it one more time, and if it's not going to be so clear, we'll turn your videos off, but keep everything the same for now, okay? I'm right beside the router, so it should work fine. Okay, back to the nature of Dvaita is to end endlessly, and this causes us dukkha. This is the opposite of the word sukha. Sukha means joyous space. Dukkha means sorrowful space. When matters end, when matters change, why it causes us dukkha? Because this is unnatural. If this was natural, you would feel sukha. But when we are diseased, when we are decaying, when we die or someone else, I hope it doesn't cause you sukha, because it's unnatural. Our nature is sat. It's beyond disease, decay, and death. And this sorrow comes because it's not who we are. Only the everlasting can be everlasting, can make us feel everlasting. Only the everlasting is natural. Existence, awareness, that's what is joyous. And all that is not existence, not awareness, is sorrowful, dukkha. Think. This is what Vedanta Vichara is to think that all around me there is ending, and this is not contributing to my joy. Then what does that mean for who I am? What does it mean for the choices I should make in my life? Vedanta Vichara. At our ashram in Pune, we have this garden called Vichara Vatika. You know, like in Lanka, there's Ashoka Vatika, the garden of non-sorrow. And it's interesting, this is in Lanka, the garden where there's no sorrow. In our ashram, it's called Vichara Vatika, that you just have to keep walking around this garden again and again and again, and to think about you and living. And if we don't, so comes in the next quarter. Tadapi, even though the destination of this body is death, tadapi, even then, na munchati papa charanam, still we do not stop, munchati, release, acharanam, our pursuit, our behavior that is filled with papa, that is indiscriminate, that is sinful, that is indulgent, that is selfish. See, even without me getting into this detail, what Acharya Shankara is saying is that the only friend we have is dharma, responsibility. Our only friend at the time of death is punya, how we thought, how we spoke, how we acted. Papa is when we deny our intellect. Okay? We've discussed papa so many times. I'm telling you another way to look at papa. It is when you deny your intellect. So, as an example, overeating, papa or punya. Sleeping in, papa or punya. Being impatient, papa or punya. Shopping excessively, papa or punya. See, your intellect is telling you, buy what you need, wake up at this time, eat like this, drive at this speed, go to satsang, etc., etc. And when we deny that, that is what papa is. It causes us to be uncomfortable, to be sorrowful. Swami Tejomayananda was sharing, this body and the mind are created extrovert. And that which is created extrovert will naturally pursue extroversion. Changing these words, the animal in us will be attracted to animalism, correct? The animal in us is when the intellect is not being listened to. It is the intellect that makes us a human. All of next week, our virtual Jnana Yagna is entitled Human to Hanuman. It's actually an insult to believe you're a human also. You are Hanumanji. But let's try being humans first. And by denying the intellect, it's just the animal that's pursuing animalism. To wrap up this shloka, wise people, when they are diseased, and wise people become diseased too, no? Sri Ramakrishna, he had cancer. Sri Ramana, I also believe, had cancer. I was reading recently, a gentleman had gone to Swami Chinmayananda. And this is the first time he was meeting Gurudev. And he was very worried because tomorrow he was to have, I think, a stent put in his heart. And Swami Chinmayananda said, relax, I've already had 3 bypasses. What's 1 stent? He had such intense heart problems. Many of you don't know, but Swami Tejramananda, he had prostate cancer also. Prostate cancer in the very initial stages. That's why he had left for a surgery to the States at the end of 2006, early 2007. So wise people are diseased too, but when wise people are diseased, their energy and thoughts are still directed up. They're still elevated. They're not fatalistic. They're not victims. See, their bodies are like our bodies, but their relationship with their bodies are quite different. That's what makes them wise. And you know how they're able to keep their energy and thoughts up? And this is what we want, correct? We have one intense cough and it's such a big deal. I can't go to work and, stay away from me and have to wear warm clothes and look paler than I actually am. They give so much value to living. We give very little value to living. They give so much value to living. And I'll tell you one gauge of this. Reflect on how much you do for your equipments. Think, what do you do for your body? In other words, what do you give to your body? What do you give to your mind? What do you give to your intellect? How much do you invest in these equipments? And I would say not very much. We keep taking more and more from the body, the mind, the intellect. Isn't that someone who's a mudha? When these equipments are magnificent, what a privilege to be alive. But do we value living? If not, energy will come down, thoughts will come down, we'll always just be sleepy. Arjuna is told, Nitya Sattva Staha. Establish yourself in Sattva, in energy, and being light. We are Nitya Tamas Staha. We're already there and we deepen ourselves even more. And so in this summary shloka, one of the summary shlokas, Acharya Shankara is asking us to value that which is valuable, these equipments, the opportunity to live, to be responsible. Oh.